Today, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite farming strategies. This is one that I do at different stages of the league, and to no surprise, you guessed it, I want to talk about beasts. Beasts are one of the few things that I enjoy doing at different stages of the league, depending on how the economy is looking and depending on what's going on. Currently in the middle of Necropolis League, we know that Necropolis League is being extended to a 4-month league. We know people are working on finalizing mirror tier projects. We know a lot of resources in themselves are not really widely available. And that leads to people like me looking at different markets and trying to find different ways to make currency to continue playing the rest of the league. Now, I decided that I wanted to kind of take a look at POE Ninja today, kind of venture around a little bit, see what markets are doing well, what markets aren't doing good, take a look at trade and see just kind of what resources were available. You know, I go to watch other streams and I see what people are crafting. If they're crafting, I see what Twitch chat's doing, what YouTube's doing, you know, and I listen to what you guys have to say. And, you know, I heard that, you know, Red Vials is like 400 mirrors deep into trying to make a scepter. Other people are trying to make mirror tier items. So, you know, I got the urge to take a look and you know, just peek at what beasts were doing. And to my surprise, they are out of control. Now, if you didn't know, the Path of Exile trade website has been updated so that you can actually search for any beast that you want in bulk on the trade site. And this is an absolutely fantastic tool. If you go to pathofexile.com, hit trade, hit bulk item exchange, scroll on down to beast, you can actually see all of the big beasts and what they're going for. Now, one of the things that I personally like to do when I do beast farming is I enjoy pulling out yellow beasts. I've been a big fan of selling yellow beasts on other sites. You know, you go to like TFT, you list yellow beasts on trade, you sell yellow beasts to streamers, and I personally really like yellow beasts. And now with the trade update, yellow beasts are even easier to sell. So I set my yellow beast to divines because I don't want to sell in chaos, and I just click search, and I really wanted to take a look at how yellow beasts were doing. Right away, we noticed there are only 18 results. Yellow beasts are 35 to a divine. This guy has bulk. 33 to divine. This guy has bulk. 60 per 3. This guy has a little bit of bulk. You're looking at 2 divines in inventory. That's actually insane. Usually it's like 120 for 2, 60 to a div, but 30 yellow beast divine is insane. The minute I saw this earlier today, I knew I was in. I knew beasts were about to be for me. And even looking at things like Craicic Chimerals, which, you know, I can't spell. Where is it? Craicic Chimerals. Even seeing the price of Craicic Chimerals is really interesting. Now, something I'll note and something I'll say with Craicic Chimerals, when we get into this beast farming strategy, there are a couple ways to sell Craicic Chimerals. My favorite is to list them on trade and sell them on trade. But if you're looking to min-max your Craicic Chimerals and you're looking to get the best value out of them, then you have to price your Chimerals based on what you have. This league has changed the way beast farming has worked, and now you can actually get beasts that spawn, as you see here, with percent chance to not be consumed when sacrificing at the blood altar. These Craicic Chimerals at 40% are worth more than these are 10%, and I believe there's also a 20% one. And this comes, and you'll see very shortly, with a passive. But on trade, if you have a nice set of bulk of Craicic Chimerals, you can easily get 2 divines of frog. And if you have a bunch of these 40%ers, I think I have like 6 of them, you can actually get even more for the 40%ers if you choose to spend the time to actually sell them. Now, the beast basic atlas tree is really simple. The way that I did it is I'm doing beast in low tier maps. We've learned over the leagues from the works of a lot of people that beasts are really well done depending on what you're hunting in certain tiers of maps. This league in particular, there's a challenge to do beast bosses. So beast this league is very profitable in 2 different ways. You can go the tier 16 direction and hunt bosses or the beast boss, or you can do it in low tier white maps and hunt specifically frogs. Earlier in the league, when I did beast, I did it in tier 16 maps. I tied it in with essences and some other stuff, and it was pretty fruitful and very enjoyable. But right now, at the stage of the league that I'm in, seeing the price of yellow beast, knowing the price of Craicic Chimerals, knowing that I personally want to work on some Adorn jewels, I'm only interested in yellow beast and only interested in Craicic Chimerals. So I'm going to focus today's video on the low tier side of things and the min-maxing of Craicic Chimerals. But you know, there are plenty of ways to do beast. This might not be the most optimal best way. This is the way that I've been doing it. This has been working out very, very, very well for me. And I kind of wanted to share what I was going for. Now, we know that we want to do white tier maps like I just mentioned. So we're going to be focusing on fields and strands. So you're going to see a lot of my atlas tree is set up to drop connected tier maps. This is because we're going to be primarily focusing strand, and we want some fields to drop, and if we have to go to field, it'll drop some strands back and forth, and we're pairing it with singular focus. I am blocking out every single league mechanic because I don't want to deal with any other league mechanic. I am only interested in opening a map, killing some mobs for the beast, getting the beast, and getting absolutely out of the map. Everything else is just going to slow me down and really kind of move me away from the goal of what I want. Because we're running white tier maps and because beasts aren't affected by the scaling of the map, we don't need any of the map modifier nodes, so we're not going to be taking any of those. Granted, we have a couple of here. I just had some extra points in. I put them in. They should probably go into scarabs. But overall, we're going to be taking all of the nodes that are going to give us chance for Einhart. We really want to make sure that we cap out on our ability to have Einhart. We're going to be getting an additional copy of Yellow Beast. We see that Yellow Beasts are very expensive, and right now we're going to be planning on pulling out Yellow Beast. If pulling out Yellow Beasts aren't for you, it is okay. Just delete them. You'll lose a little bit of currency, but that's fine. You do want this big game node. You do want your Yellow Beast in your map to have a chance to be replaced with Red Beast. This is because we're specifically hunting for Craicic Chimerals, and we want to maximize our amount of chance at getting Craicic Chimerals. I don't take Deadly Prey. I don't think it's good. I don't like it. I've tried it. I didn't even notice it. It feels like an absolute waste of point. You do need these 2 small points to get the Einhart chance though, so you do have to take those. Coming up to the wheel over here for a bestiary, we're going to be taking these small little nodes that we have captured beasts have a chance to contain an additional red beast. These are all really good. You want to make sure you grab all of these. You want your beasts in your map to be the less common varieties. This is really good. This helps us find our nice rarer beasts more often. And we're going to be taking the hunt for the creation. This is what gives us the mobs from the deep. This is where the Craicic Chimeral comes from. Back in the day, if you were looking for Fenumal for split beast, you would take this. If you're still interested in taking split beast, you would also like grab this and you would have a split. But if you're more interested in split beast, you would take this and remove this. It kind of depends on what you're looking for. I've known plenty of people that have been searching for, you know, Feral of the First Plains, and they take beasts from the wild, and people who want Sagawal and they take this. Really kind of like just depends on what mobs or what type of mobs you're hunting for. But in today's in today's environment and the economy as it stands, I only care about Craicic Chimeral, so I'm only going to take this node. If I do happen to find split beasts, I'm very happy. They're not the center of my focus though. This node is the Two-Hearted Hunt. This is the brand new node. This node says red beasts captured in your maps have a 50% chance to gain a modifier that provides a chance to not be consumed with sacrifice of the blood altar. This is the new bread and butter of what we're doing. This node is actually insane and really gives you that awesome 40%, 20%, 10% chance for your beast to not be consumed. This node used to be Big Game Hunter. I think it was called, or the pack thing where all the mobs were red beasts. I do miss that node. That node was out of control and absolutely fantastic. But now having this, I really like this node a lot. I have played with the beast that the 40%er, you really do notice it when you have like one Craicic Chimeral and then you re-imprint something like 8 times and you're just like, man, I ran hot. But yeah, I think this node is absolutely fantastic. You absolutely want to take it. We get, you know, red beasts appear in pairs, and we get the last % chance for Einhart to appear on our map. You want to make sure that you take all of the % chance for Einhart to appear on your map, because it's going to kind of go hand in hand with the scarab choices that I personally make and that I want to showcase to you guys. The rest of the points I put into scarab drop chance, singular focus, more scarabs, quant and rarity, and you could pretty much just kind of like put points into whatever. You don't need these map modifier effect nodes, and if there's a league mechanic you'd like to hunt, take the point out of here, take some points out of the scarabs, and move the points around the way that you want. This Atlas tree I'll include for you down below in the comments section. And if you're actually doing beasts and you have an alteration or a variation of what you're doing, please by all means let me know. I'm very open to trying different variations of beasts. Or if you have a cool farming strategy that does beast plus X, or if you just have something that I haven't thought of or haven't tried and you want to share, please by all means leave a comment down below. You guys subscribing to the channel and interacting is one of the best ways to help support the channel, and it really means the world to me to see you guys like interacting and chatting and sharing cool ideas. And honestly, like it's really cool, man. So thanks. All right, now that that spiel's over, let's continue talking about what's going on. I had mentioned that I want to do strand and fields. We take out all of our watchstones for this, so you see that all of my watchstones are right here. We want to make sure that our maps are indeed dropping. We want to then go to, say, Blood Aqueducts. We want to check that our loot filter is indeed showing tier 3 and tier 4 maps. This will be very important for our strategy. We want to make sure that our you know, our maps show up. And if you want to follow along with my loot filter, it's in the description down below. You can get it from heading on over to my Twitch profile and typing the words !filter. Now, note with my loot filter, if you are going to copy it directly, it is subject to change at any point, and I really do recommend that you guys just make a copy of it and edit it to your liking. As far as the map goes and the scarabs and choices like that go, we are going to be running our maps white. There is absolutely no need to alch, chisel, corrupt, do any of the fancy stuff with the maps. We are going to be creating a copy of the beast in our map. We use this one because we want to make sure that if we do find a frog, or we do find a spider, or we do find something really, really, really cool, we get double of them. That is the most important part. So I ran a map earlier today on stream and I got 3 frogs in a map. They all doubled. It gave me 6 frogs in one map, and I was just kind of like flabbergasted. Also, I did a map later on in the day and I procced the red beasts appear in pairs, and those also doubled. So I did a map, I got 4 frogs. So you want to make sure that you have this on at all times. It's not too crazy expensive right now. Looking at the current price, you get about 100 of these for divine, which is not too bad. And then I paired it with area contains 5 initial red beasts from Einhart. This right now is about 80-ish to a divine, and you know, overall not too shabby. In terms of the other scarabs for beasts, there's not really anything you want. We have a 100% chance for Einhart, so we don't need to run this scarab. And if you're hunting Black Morgans, this would be a really good substitution to put in. Getting the Black Morgan and getting the Black Morgan in pairs, especially early in the league, is something that you might want to really be pushing for, considering, because the Black Morgan is really good at 6-linking a bunch of items and doing all kinds of really cool stuff. I know I had mentioned earlier that I am planning on, where's the recipe? I am planning on, and one of the biggest reasons why I'm farming the Craicic Chimerals is so that I can apply Hennecor's locks to magic items. I want to make some Adorn Jewels, and eventually I'll need Black Morgans, but my main focus right now is Craicic Chimerals. Now, because we're farming tier 3 and tier 4 maps, and tier 3 and tier 4 maps are relatively harder to get on the trade site, nobody's really filtering for them, nobody's picking them up, I've actually been using 2 cartographer scarabs. This 50% or now 100% chance to drop maps has been extremely noticeable, like out of this world noticeable. I started today on 1 map. Like when I started this farm earlier today and was messing around, I had 1 map. I have a bunch of maps now. I've been blowing through maps, and overall the maps themselves, they show up. They're really consistent. They're really common. You'll find a bunch of maps. Now, the map in itself is really easy. We're not going to take, there's nothing on the Atlas or nothing on the map device that we really want to run. We just want to take the extra quantity. If you get anything good in the Cropless Lantern, you know, adjust accordingly. I'm assuming that if you're watching this now or in the future, the lantern's probably gone or you're not interacting with it, and don't really worry about it. But overall, when we go into a map, you'll notice right away, there are mobs. We kill a couple of mobs along the way. We are looking for mobs that look like this. This little jumping guy, we want this as a red one. Unfortunately, the red beast here is the crab, and we don't want to kill the crab because we don't want to loot it into the menagerie. Looting into the menagerie is a big pain, and removing it and removing extra beasts are not really want to do. One thing you can do is every single map that you come into, you can look for captured beast here. You could type a bunch of stuff, and then when you kill a beast and when you capture it, it'll actually show up in this window here, assuming Einhart actually does what he needs to do, and you can actually release beasts right away. I don't want to actually release the yellow beast. I just did it for, you know, content's sake. But if you want, while you're running a map, you can actually have this open. You can close it and reopen it later. And at the end of every map, if you want, and you kill a bunch of mobs and you're not really thinking, and you just kind of like blast your way through it at the end of a map before you leave, you can open this and you can just release the extra mobs that you get. You can also, like, if you're not really good at spotting what the Craicic Chimeras look like or spotting what the spiders look like, this is a really good way for you to, like, check at the end of your map what you got, what you didn't get, and kind of give you an idea. Now, as far as capturing beasts go, Einhart's usually really quick about it, so you can pretty much just kind of blast your mobs and get going. You see here, that's not a frog. That's the wrong spider. The right spider would have white dots on its butt. Very big, large white spider with dots on its butt. Neither of these are frogs. So with just talking to you guys and taking my time, that map only took me 1:40. If I were to open a map, and one of the best ways to do this strategy and one of the sweaty ways to do this strategy would be to open a map, not really pay attention to anything, not engage in any kind of communication, and just kind of like blitz red beast to red beast. You see, like right now, like I recognize those aren't what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. come over here, tag the yellow beast. We want the yellow beast. We want to capture them. Come up here, take a look at that. That's not a frog. Come over here, take a look. That's not a frog. And you really can, because these are white tier maps, blitz these maps really fast and really quick. And you don't have to spend a lot of time at all looking for what you're looking for. One of the reasons though why for the first couple of maps that you run, that you want to make sure that you kill some of the mobs, because we really need a map pool. And you saw in that last map, I did get 2 or 3 maps in that last map. Doing this map right now and blitzing through this map, I really didn't find any maps at all, but I saved myself an entire minute. So like, you kind of have to like weigh. If you have a ton of maps and you're doing really well, you don't really need to worry about killing a ton of extra mobs for maps. When you start to run lower, you take your time, you start killing the mobs again, and you really just kind of get going. I'm hoping while recording now, I get really lucky and I could show you guys what the spider looks like and what the frog looks like. The spider in itself, extremely noticeable. The Fenumal plague arachnid. It is a spider. You'll hit it. It's got a bunch of white dots on its backside. As you kill it, it enlarges really, really, really large. It gets a little angry and you'll know right away. The frog, on the other hand, is a little bit harder to see, and it takes a little bit of practice to be able to recognize what the frog looks like. Unfortunately, while doing beast, every single beast looks exactly the same all of the time ever. Everything blends in and everything dies all together at the same time, and it makes me sad. I'm hoping though in the future they make beasts a little bit more distinguishable. I mean, you know, like that one's pretty distinguishable. That guy died really fast. Neither of those are frogs. These are some yellow beasts. We'll grab these. We'll come over here. We'll grab this. We'll take a look at that. That's not what we want. That guy's following us. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Maps. Take a look over there. What is that? What just jumped? That's not what we want. What is this? Nope. Come down over here. Nope. And then that's it. You're done. 35 seconds in and out. Thing that's going to be your biggest enemy in this is, honestly, in all seriousness, is just going to be the loading times on your computer. Absolutely going to be positively the loading times on your computer. Now, the last thing, we're going to do this last map, and then we're going to talk about one more thing before I let you guys go. I know I do a lot of yapping. I know, but I think you guys appreciate the yapping, so we're going to keep the yapping going for another minute. Okay, we're going to kill all those. We're going to give Einhard a second to capture those guys. We want to make sure we get them. Come over here, clear over here, take a look at those, take a look at these. Nothing that we want. Double check everything over here. Come over here, check those, not what we want. Over here, kill this, looks pretty good. And then that's it, we're out. Now, you've run a bunch of maps, your menagerie's starting to get full, you don't know what to do. Well, that's really easy. We're gonna come on over to the menagerie. We're gonna open our stash because sometimes it bugs out. We're gonna get rid of all the stuff that we want, and we're gonna talk to Einhard. Einhard is going to sell us these bestiary orbs. These are what we're going to use to package up our beasts. So let me actually grab a beast. It'll be easier. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. Okay, so let's take, we have a bunch of these. Let's take these. So in our H key, we go bestiary captured beast. And anything that doesn't have a picture like this is a yellow beast. So these are what yellow beasts look like. When you're scrolling through, eventually you're going to come across mobs that have a picture. Depending on how much of a trade or how much trading you want to do, that's the Black Morgan, you will keep certain beasts and delete others. These are like 1 or 2 C each, sometimes 3 C each. I really don't want to bother. A lot of people have really good success with trading a lot of the wolves. They're worth like 5 C each, sometimes more in bulk. And you really have to figure out which ones of these beasts that you personally want to bother trading and selling. Me, the best thing that I'm going to tell you is I really enjoy these right here. These are the Fenumal plague arachnids. This image right here, I like capturing these beasts. I like putting these to the side. These are our split beasts. I like having access to split beasts. I use them for things like blueprints and stuff like that. And they're overall just really, really, really good to package up. Now, you see, this is the hard part of beasts, going through, finding all the beasts and packaging them up. These are Craicic sand spitters, by the way. These are really good too. These are not so good, but these are pretty good to have too. And the big money maker, what we're looking for is indeed the Craicic Chimeral. Unfortunately, I do not have a regex. I used to have a regex. The regex, when I tested it earlier, did not work. If there is a good regex and you have one, please leave a comment down below. I'll make sure if there's a very well working regex, I'll get it pinned for you guys and put it in the description. But as of right now, I don't have a regex. This is the frog that we're looking for. This is our big money maker. This is the thing that's going to make us happy, and we want to make sure that we bottle him up. Now, with everything in terms of beasts and stuff, it is a bit of a pain in the butt to package up and sell yellow beasts, mostly because of the time it takes to move yellow beasts out of the menagerie and into your stash. Though, while it is a pain in the butt, it is actually relatively easy. If you open up your captured beast, you grab the beast, and then instead of dragging it back to your inventory, you just drop it onto the ground, and you go like this, and you just drop a bunch of beasts onto the ground, and then you loot them all up, and you move them that way. There have been people who have talked about reducing the size window of the POE game to make it easier to pull beasts in and out of the window. Hopefully, in the future, GGG does something to help us make it a lot easier to capture beasts. But for now, this is what I've been doing. It's actually been working out really well. Extremely casually, I've gotten 16 frogs, all of these plague spitters. I've gotten a bunch of beast boss from doing this the other day and testing it out. I've gotten a bunch of Craicic bosses, and just overall, like, you know, like you do this, and like some of these beasts are just like worth a pretty penny, especially now that the league's been extended and just these beasts just aren't widely available. Every day going forward, these beasts are going to become rarer, and the price of these are going to go up more and more as more people are trying to craft and finish their mirror tier items. So I know for me personally, I need a little bit of currency. I have some projects I want to finish, and beasts, always tried and true, every time clubbing closer to the end of the league, are really good. Craicic Chimeral should also go up in price, but we'll see. But for now, friends, I wanted to share case. I just wanted to bring beasts to your forefront, show you guys what I've been doing. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to leave a like, comment, share, do all that fun stuff. Stop by the Twitch stream or the YouTube stream, and, you know, just come by the Discord. I highly encourage you guys to come by the Discord. The Discord's been insanely active. We've been having people play POE together, Last Epoch, Black Desert Online. I'm looking at my Discord right now, and there's a bunch of people hanging out, and, you know, I welcome you guys to come on over. But for now, friends, I'm going to get this video out to you guys. I'll see you all in the next one.